Okay, let's go.
Big dog. It is Elevated Kennels, Throwback Kennels, and Samurai Kennels, and we are setting a new standard with the first ever virtual yard tour. What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, bud?
How's it going?
Up here,
Out
just
with the old man in the foundation.
yeah. And I like
Yes,
to come visit
sir.
a couple.
Yes,
I
sir.
like to come visit a couple times a month.
Nice. I want to give you both kudos for being two kennels that can work together, man. Thank y'all.
Oh yeah, hell, it makes things easier. Really, two heads are better than one.
Definitely does.
And then, like I was telling you earlier, we like to kind of move the dogs around, swap them out, for all kind of reasons, man. Just because he highlights some things, I highlight others. I'm good at some things, he's better at others, and then so I feel like not like socialization so much, but like a little socialization being handled by somebody else, and then being on a different yard, different environment. I feel like it kind of just helps you have a all around better dog. You know what I mean? Can't
I
just keep
agree.
leaving them. Can't just
I
leave
agree.
them in the same spot. Like I've got a dog I just brought up here the other day just because, and then he's got a pup I bred, and we'll probably rotate them out soon.
Nice. All right. Also, I think this new virtual thing might, if it goes well, might be a thing because you don't have to deal with dog thieves coming on your yard when you do it this way, and you can still get the dog seen in a positive light.
Yeah, private about that. I wouldn't let anybody I don't personally know come to my yard.
Absolutely.
And like
Absolutely.
it's for the dogs and like other reasons too. You know what I mean? So like just they can steal anything out your yard.
Yeah, and then tracking parvo in your yard too. If you got little small dogs that can get sick of parvo.
Yeah, because you don't know where they were trekking. They could have been on some nasty ass dog yard first.
Yep.
When I dealt with Parvo, it was because of the flood. So, crazy shit.
Oh yeah, brought it in your yard.
Yep.
Yeah, that was several years ago before
Yeah.
we even linked up.
Yeah, that was years ago.
All right. Well, now that I got y'all here, man, and you got that dog stacked up nice, let's go ahead and get this dog talking this yard tour. Let's start off with this dog. This is Mason, right?
Yep, this is Mason. He would be 10 years old in December. And he's bred on my mom's Roscoe dog on the bottom. So that's really why he's my main foundation. And like I said, for being 10 years old, he looks pretty good. He's in good shape. Always stays pretty healthy because he's huge.
Yeah, he's
like a foot deep hole over there just a minute ago.
he's a good old dog.
Yeah, he is. And he shows consistency. Like I knew what to see out of my mom's dogs and stuff like that. So I mean, it makes it easy when I breed him to other things.
He throws that intelligence that we like too. Where they got a lot of sense.
Yeah, I like his build, man. He's nice and stocky. You don't have to worry about no weak, shallow bones or nothing like that. Or it's just a solid bulldog. Very, very utility bulldog.
Yeah, if you ask me, I'd say he throws like structure, vitality, good teeth, man. A lot of these dogs off him, not every single one of them, but a lot of them have like larger than normal teeth.
Yeah.
Like good solid teeth. Nothing weak. I don't know. I feel like you can pretty much breed him to anything, man. And he's gonna give it that vitality that it needs.
How old is old man Mason?
He'll be 10 in December.
Yeah, he's pushing 10 years
Say
old.
again, Dakota. It kind of got quiet. I think Daniel has the earpiece with the mic on it.
Oh, okay. So he'll be 10 in December. He'll be 10 years
Okay,
old.
man, 10. Yeah, I wouldn't give him a year over 5, man. He looks good. He looks good.
I got him when I was 17, and I'll be 27. So he's a good old dog.
He throws some pretty hot puppies too, but some of them, man, wait till they're mature and they'll surprise you, man. I've got a couple of them that I've always really liked, but now that they're 2.5, 3, the ones that I have that are 3 off him, I'm like, damn, I thought I liked you at a year old. Shit, I really like you now. Like when they fully mature off him, they're something special. I mean, they really are. I like them.
Yes,
So I
sir.
got a bunch of them.
Yes,
So I
sir.
got a bunch of them.
Nah, man, I respect it, man. That's how it's supposed to be. And that this yard tour that y'all are doing for us, man, this is not just to show off the dogs, but it's to show people what it looks like to cooperate, and to collaborate and make something worthwhile.
Yeah, and really, we can kind of thank Battlebred for that because I had seen Dakota's interview, and I had seen Mason, and I got my first game dog when I was like 14, 15. I got out the dogs for a little bit, not because I wanted to, but just young and living situation and stuff. And I seen Mason, and I was like, yo, I want a dog off that. And he was like really pumping that creature dog he had. That dog was
Yeah.
badass, but like I seen Mason, and I was like, nope. I said that's what I used to have. So I seen him one day trying to damn rehome a dog, a little red-nosed dog, and I ended up getting her. And then hell, man, honestly, man, I knew we were gonna be friends when we started talking about dog food in the front yard.
Yeah.
But he asked me what I feed, and I said, man, honestly, man, I just like a good corn-based dog food. And he just kind of like shit and grin and kind of fist bumped me. And from that moment on, man. But my experience at High Dollar Food, I've just never seen the results, man. I like dog food that's just like Pride, Diamond, like mid-grade dog food. I've gotten the best results with, and he'll tell you the same thing,
Nah, man, that's what's up. And how many generations do you got on your yard off Mason?
3 in 2
Okay.
different ways.
Okay.
Well, 2 in 3 different ways.
Yeah, in 3 different ways, yeah.
That's a better way to put it. 2 in 3 different ways.
And then like I have a son and a daughter off him off of a litter, and then I've got 3 or 4 half siblings off of him, and then I've also got like 2-time Mason pups off that litter I have from Kaiser to Harley, and I'm really liking those, man. Like I had 7 of them. I gave him 3 of them. He placed 1, kept 2, and then I kept 4 of them. Shit, like I don't want to get rid of none of them. I like them all. Like they're all like I got what I wanted out of that breeding.
Can you hear me good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We've gotten a bunch of stuff we've kept off of him, and I've done a couple breedings on him recently. I've done an inbreeding with him to Vixen, which is off of my termite blood, and then I outcrossed to his daughter to a dog named Crime from Hold 'em Down Kennels. He's a heavy bolio dog, so we're just kind of taking it in the same direction as all the same bloods that's in him, basically.
Yeah.
Use bloods that's in him and make his bloodline stronger.
Yeah, don't want to wait up.
Yeah.
Generations when they're back together. Not really go out. It's kind of like breed them to everything first, like prepare for all the different bitches, and then throughout the years take all the half siblings. Like it might be Mason bred to Dirty Girl, which is like a Bill's Eli dog, and then you got Mason bred to say I don't know if he bred them to my bred boys.
Hold up.
Plenty of Mason, plenty of hybrid bigger, and I'll have like dozens of combinations to take it back to as well in the long run. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to strengthen it enough to where when he's gone, I mean, he's getting older now, so when he's gone, I have something to build off of him with. I mean, I have a whole line off of him. I mean, I've raised him for 10 years, so I definitely know he's worth like producing many generations off of. And then I owned his daddy for the first 2 years of his life, and then his mama come off of my mom's stuff. Double bred on my mom's Roscoe dog.
Nice.
You can still see him. He's in frame.
King Mason. All right, man. You ready to move along to another one? Show us some other stuff you got.
Yep.
Now that's a yard right there. That's a yard. Got to lean to and the barrels. I like that.
That's what we use, man. Cheap and efficient. We get them for I get them for $10 all day in my town, and he got the last set for free up here. So.
Yep. Hey, stop. Come here. Yeah, good boy. You good?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, who is this?
This is Mason to Rogue, his daughter, and Daniel owns the brother to this dog, which is his major dog. I'll show his daughter later on.
Okay.
But this is Mason to Rogue. This is Bolio Jeep on top of termite stuff, basically. Yeah, and a father to daughter breed on Mason.
And the structure is consistent. Consistent.
And he's already a year old, so he's just barely a year old. As he gets closer to 2.5, he'll really mature.
These are the ones that are all like.
I don't know if he can hear you. You might have to be close to me.
Yeah, a little. Yeah,
Look
it's just if I don't respond, it's because I can't hear.
Yeah. So, but basically, I mean, he's gonna be my replacement as of right now for Mason whenever he passes away, and like when he's old enough to breed. I didn't start breeding Mason until he was 6, so I'm gonna at least wait till he's like 2. Probably start breeding him. Start a little earlier, maybe get a little further than I did with Mason.
It makes sense to whichever one's the most like him, kind of move forward with that one.
Yep.
And see, Dakota keeps the way it kind of works out is like he's kind of collecting a certain spectrum out of the breedings, and the ones that are like hardcore, like Mason, you know what I mean? And then the ones I have, like I'm kind of capturing a different, I don't want to say a different strain, but I'm kind of capturing slightly different traits. Like they don't act like Mason and have all his traits like that, but sometimes mine look a little more like the big boys.
Yeah, the Medusa side or the Dirty Girl or
I saw that Medusa and Kaiser have a slightly different build. Yep.
Kaiser's off of Mason to Carson.
The thing about it is like when he's kind of capturing certain genetics and traits and stuff, I'm kind of capturing the other side of the breeding, and that way, I'm kind of honing in my yard, he's honing his, and in the future, we'll have enough difference to where like we can breed them. Like not have nothing.
Yeah, and we'll be able to use our own blood as our out. Instead of having to go and get out from somewhere else because we've split genetics, we can use our own blood as an out. It's really not a talked about subject, but most people don't think broad enough to do it.
Like I've got this dog living with brother. I got his brother named Major, and he looks just like his mom, a short, stocky, black-handed dog.
You can move that ball.
So like he's like what she represents and brings to the table, and he's what Mason represents and brings to the table. So it's like I'm kind of honing in, like I said, on a slightly different spectrum of it, and that way we have enough difference to, like he said, our outs, properly outs. It's just elevate his yard, taking the throwback.
Yep. Everything will be easily line bred that way.
See, one of the best things you can do on the dog is find but we're still working in conjunction together.
Judge.
Shit, like it comes down to it, like he's not gonna go without that, and I'm not gonna go without anything because like we'll make sure that we all got whether it's payroll, rent,
Yep. Yeah, we can always make it work. Come here, Josh. He's like, I ain't never seen that before.
He got it now. It's his now.
Yeah. You can tell he's young when he runs around. He acts like a young Mason.
My dog Major is his brother, 37.5 pounds.
They've heard you enough on the video already. Okay, Mason?
So it's like, even their structures, like, like I said, I've got the one that's like the mother.
Yeah, this is inbred Mason to Rogue. The breeding I just said I done with Mason was Mason to Vixen, and that's Rogue's sister. So,
all right.
And I'll show her later on. She's out here. They're both out here.
Yeah, I really like the inbreeding, man.
Come here.
They came out real nice. It's like one of those things where it made them kind of like smart. Like they're not dumb. They're smart.
Yep.
Yeah, especially being that they are inbred, they're not dumb, and they can actually handle the inbreeding. You know,
Yep.
you get some dogs, they get the teeth pattern and underbites and all kind of stuff.
Oh no, I'll show you.
Come
here.
Come here. To some degree, you know, everybody's got to start somewhere. I don't know until you start with some different breeding practices and stuff like that. But we did a lot of research, man. Especially Dakota was ahead of the game on conservation before I even met him. But started doing a lot of research on the blood. We have a lot of conversations on the daily, and you know, we just kind of past couple years we just taking information and just keeping it and storing it and paying attention to everything as you go.
Yep. If you want to move on, we can.
Yeah, we can.
This is actually my little jip, Miss Waddy. My bad. I'll set it up with you. There you go. Sorry about that.
You're good.
And see, I can see the structural differences you were talking about. Yeah.
Well, she's not related to our Mason dog. She's Boost Bark stuff.
On top of Pepe
stuff. I got her from a dude out of Kentucky. But we're gonna use her. We're gonna use her as an out on our stuff. Yeah. We're trying to breed Mason to everything we can. She brings her sister dog, man. It's not that good. And we'll pretty much put her into our Mason program, and then after that, then we'll like kind of like preserve what she is. And I'm gonna do the same thing with my and all that. Like everything is getting bred into our program first, but then also gonna pay homage to what they are in other people's programs. That's two very red dogs I got, man.
Yeah, man, that's a good looking dog, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You didn't bring her. Y'all didn't bring her to the pig picking, did you?
No, you're gonna see a lot of dogs here today. We didn't bring to the pig picking.
Yeah. Yeah, because everything you brought kind of looked more like the Mason, like the heavy Mason stuff. And yeah, man, it's
Well, we did show up purposely with everything heavy Mason.
Yeah.
We wanted to represent at that pig picking.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be known for what we're doing, the little project we got going. But you know, like I said, I love all the other bloods, and I like to pay homage to other people's camps and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
The only way I'm not gonna pay homage to somebody is to get respect. It's just I'm gonna. But you're a piece of shit, and I don't talk to you. I'm not gonna run your name through the dirt. I'm just not gonna mention your name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly like this. She's a good dog. I like her so far. 2-3 years old. Yeah. Good girl. I like her a whole lot. And well, and by talking about these dogs, like these next two, her and the next one we're gonna talk about, these are outs that are gonna be used in future. Dirty Girl already was used, but she's like the future, and then we're gonna come into what's happening now. And this is Dirty Girl. So she is from Brown's Kennel.
Okay.
She's off of Black Knight to Tequila, and I bought her a little bit after Black Knight passed away. So I definitely knew I was going to breed her because, I mean, there wasn't but so many Black Knight daughters out. So I took her to the Mason stuff, and I love the dogs I got off of her at Mason. I mean, they're phenomenal. I got one named Fancy that's just like her, identical to this one. Ain't that right, Dirty Girl? Yep.
Yeah, but see, just like I was talking a second ago, he bred her to Mason first, and then he plans to breed her to something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to either collab with Kendrick or Brown or Gas and Go, somebody that's got some of the same blood to tighten up on it. You know, have some more Dirty Girls to filter into the program.
Yeah, and just kind of pay homage to their program as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, I've watched Thompson and Kendrick and Brown and Pitbull City for 10 years, ever since I got Mason. So
yeah, them dudes,
to even own one of these dogs, it's an honor to own this dog.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Thompson, Kendrick. brown and pit bull.
I'm probably gonna take her to the pig picking next year with her daughter Fancy and try to win the top producer female. So
Yeah, she's a real good dog.
would you go grab Fancy real quick? Okay, he's gonna grab Fancy and we're next to each other. Come here, Fancy. Yeah, what do you think about her? Yeah, just like her.
And that's her daughter. That's her daughter, bred to Mason.
Yep, that's her daughter, Brenda Mason.
Nice. Oh, you sent me pictures of those puppies, man. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's her daughter,
She's
Brenda
definitely
Mason.
puppies big now, man.
Yeah, they've gotten big. Nice little puppies. And I mean, she's just like Dirty Girl. Yeah, she was a good mom. Yeah. She makes herself good. I know that. She makes herself
You might
good.
you have to give her that ball. She's gonna dig a hole trying to get to that ball.
Her drive, I mean, I'm showing off her drive. Like, she's a good animal. Yep, she's a good dog. We can move on if you want to.
Okay. Yeah. And I like that pacing right there with that one. Because that, it's just enough for people to see him, And
Yeah.
well, I like this dog right here, man. This is the one I want right here. This is man, look at them legs, man.
That's Mercy. That's Kaiser to Harley. I'm gonna let Daniel talk about her a good bit. He done the first ever line breeding, half brother and sister breeding. Mason's son Kaiser, off of Mason to Carson, and then the mama is Harley off of Mason to Medusa, and Carson is the Bolio Jeep termite, and then Medusa is the termite. And when I bred Mason to her, it's the same blend of dogs.
So the idea behind that breeding was the half brother, half sister. They have to say Harley's real popular. Come And I've got four of her litter mates, and he has her, and they're all they've got a little more bone, a little more shoulder, like I was looking for. So like I didn't lose no speed, like nothing, like I didn't lose no drive, nothing like that.
They got the capability of being trainable. Like not all bloods are trainable. These dogs are like Mad Dog was talking about the Sorrels dogs. You could train them to do a lot of things. Like they can be trained to do many things.
And dude, it's a good feeling too, man. So like I whelp every one of them puppies. Like I watched them everyone come out, bunch them out the south. I mean, I took care of them while they were in the womb. I took care of them the instant they hit fresh air. You know what I mean? And so it's cool, man. Like I got 4 of them, and then I come up here and see her, and it's cool. Like man, like it's something that we thought about in advance. We did. We followed through. We were successful in it. And it's kind of just cool, man, to enjoy the fruits of the labor. And
I sent Harley there a year and a half prior to that.
Yeah, she was
just to do that.
And like 2-3 months old when I got her, and I bred her for like 2.5. I couldn't be happier with them, man. I got what I was looking for, and that doesn't make me happy.
Okay.
Switch with me.
Who we got here?
He's Mason Fancy. This is the one I get a lot of hate for. These are very high.
Yeah, he's a tank.
Sissy is a heavy razor's head stone knuckle dog, so he's a class. That's why I get a lot of hate for it.
Yeah, but Dakota's been honest about that, and he's never.
Yeah, I've never lied. I've never said they weren't a cross.
And he's.
People act like I don't say that. I'll tell you flat out.
Yeah.
This dog's a cross, and most people can't even make a dog this caliber.
Yeah, he's something serious, man.
Okay.
But like, there's people out there that just because he's got this one cross in the yard, it somehow magically taints everything else. for the
Yeah.
lack of a better word. But like he is what he is. I mean, it's to me, it's no different than crossing to like a bull terrier, man. It's still a bull and terrier battle cross dog. Like, yeah, his mama is a razor's edge bitch, but uh, she's she wouldn't do well in their world because she's thick, more athletic, and she's pretty aggressive. So she's
Yeah.
definitely carrying, because them old school razor's edge dogs and like them original dogs like Cairo and throwing knuckles, and she's down from all that throwing knuckles stuff. He's like in her ped like 10 times if you go back and look at it. But them dogs, man, they had fire to them, man. They were not couch potatoes or no slouches. They were like this dude right here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an intense
Like,
dog.
yeah, people are scared of him, bro.
These right here, you talking about
Yeah,
these right here, personal protection.
he would.
And I appreciate the honesty, because if you didn't tell nobody, they wouldn't be able to look at that dog and tell.
Back him way up.
This is something we do religiously with all our dogs. It's like a part of their regimen. So my theory is, like, we all tug with the dogs, right? Because we all know bulldogs like tugging. Well, they
Yeah.
like to, and I don't mean this in any, illegal sense, but they like to scratch too, man. It's in their genetics to scratch, just like it is to tug and to wrestle and chase shit. You know what I mean? Like, so, a lot of people don't realize it, man. Like, you're fulfilling one drive and one need with the tug, but like, I've never seen anybody other than me and Dakota who would just scratch them at the hide or the flirt or over and over and over. Like, that fulfills something in their they feel complete. You know what I mean? What these dogs were traditionally bred for, that's what they are. So like, it's like if you have a pointer and you don't let them go point. If you have a Labrador Retriever and you don't play fetch with them, then that's not going to be a happy dog. Period. So like, these dogs, you tug with them, run them, scratch them at shit, that kind of stuff, and love on them, and that's all they need. But that's what they were designed to do. So a lot of people like overthink things, or they're worried about all this other shit, when it's like, dude, if you just focus on the fundamentals with these dogs, you'll have some damn hard hitters like this dude right here. Like, this dog from the day he was born has been who he is, but Dakota's done nothing but fan that flame with him.
I use that for my recalls. When I'm teaching a recall, I have my kids hold a dog back from me, and I have a treat, and I'll call for the dog to come, and it builds a strong recall as well.
Yeah, and that makes them sharp and focused on you too. That's a good idea, actually.
And I mean, I haven't read none of this yet. I intend on breeding his sister here in the future once I move and stuff. But everybody hates on me and everything. Acts like I painted the breed and everything, but I have not bred none of my Mason and Sissy stuff. I intend on it, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, we do. Like, it just in the pursuit of anything, man. It's just best just to be honest and straightforward, and do what works for you. Don't really worry about other people. Some people are gonna rock with you, some ain't. That's just how it is.
So this is the sister of Mason and Sissy, and she's super fat right now, but she actually gets really lean and stuff. I've just been feeding my dogs real heavy. It's starting to cool down in the night and morning, so I want them to be fat before the winter time gets here.
Like, I'm 2 hours below him, and I got all my dogs they're ripped right now, but I got a whole another month or two before I even got to think about fattening my dogs up, being down in South Carolina.
Yep.
Yeah.
But she's fat.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm at the top of the state, so about an hour and a half, 2 hours below the mountains here. But it's just enough of an elevation difference to where it gets cold here pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still 104 out here.
Yeah, like shit. In South Carolina, where I'm at, man, it's been in the high 90s all the way up until about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, it started being like 88.
Yeah, this is Fearless. She looks like Mason's grandma on the bottom side.
Contacting us, hit us up on Messenger, individually. But I'm willing to give somebody my number once I know they're serious. I'm not just gonna like dish my number out there. But if someone's like actually serious and they hit me up on Facebook or they hit him up on Facebook, then we can communicate through the telephone. I'm just not gonna pump my personal number out there for. Like, if we're not doing business for sure, then we'll keep that private. Okay.
So this is Duchess, which is Mason to Sissy. That's Haywood's identical sister, not twin, because they weren't born in the same sack, but they were born back to back.
Yeah, Mason to
Born-
Sissy was
She was
real
born and
consistent.
Haywood was born.
Yeah, they were real consistent, even though it was like an outcross, you know.
Yeah. I mean, how much more outcross can you get from Bolio Jeep to Razor's Edge UKC stuff? Her and Fearless will end up being bred in the future, and that's for me to have stuff to take Haywood back to, and I'm gonna keep that line separate. And we're gonna add Daniel's Mary Jane dog, which is their sister, and we're gonna keep that all a separate line.
Yeah, so like the Mason Sissy, like he's saying, is going to be a separate line, but we're throwing different strands of the game dog into that. Like we're not throwing Razor's Edge bloods into our game dogs, but we're throwing game dogs into our Razor Edge blood. Does that make sense?
Same way Lee does with his dogs, Lee Robinson.
Yeah, same thing.
Shout out to him. Very smart man.
Yeah, I watch his stuff all the time. Well, this part of the yard is kind of farther away, so
Yeah.
if we're gonna start losing you, it's gonna be from that point back. Oh boy. Can you hear
All
me?
right, ready whenever you are. Yes, sir.
Okay, we weren't sure if you could hear us or not.
So this is prime. We're gonna breed. I bred him to Celine, and Celine is Mason to Carson. That's Kaiser's sister. So we're out crossing with him.
He belongs to Hold 'em Down Kennels.
Yeah, he belongs to Holding Down Kennels. He goes to the ATDR dog shows with us and stuff, and he's just a real good guy.
Yeah, real solid dude, man.
He let me use Prime as a L-cross in my blood.
Yeah, and this dog
Shout out to him.
is so stable, man. Like you can tell that he came from somebody who's stable themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been slimming him down for the ADBA Nationals. So he's going to Jersey. What is it, the 15th or whatever?
Something like that. Yeah.
He's going to be in the ADBA Nationals. He must smell like a bitch or something.
Yeah.
Real good looking.
Harley, I got a bitch and he's
That's a
at
fine
home.
animal.
Yeah,
he's a good dog. So he's the Macho Buck, 257 stuff, and then the Arizona blood. So he's a heavy bull air dog. And that's really the main reason I crossed him to Celine, was to tighten up on the bolio side of that.
He's really stable, man. Like he's there's no questionable nothing about him, So that's a good trait to add to the dogs too, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna move on. Okay. Mason is Mason and Medusa. Medusa is the termite blood, our source of termite blood, and that's heavy Jocko. So our plan is to use our own bloods to do basically a Bolio Red Boy Jocko cross. Do a three-way ourselves, and we built the foundation of the blood. So I bred Mason back to her, and there might be a couple of these available to the public too if she takes them. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. If permitted, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so her mom was the Medusa dog, so she's got those real tight termite genes.
An image of her mama. Her mama's identical.
Didn't Medusa win Best Brindle at the show?
No, that's Rogue. I'm gonna show her next.
That's
Yeah,
right. Okay.
she's
Okay.
next.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Rogue. That's her sister. So they're sisters, and I bred Mason to both of them.
Okay.
And I really love.
These dogs have real good temperaments too.
I'm actually gonna get close because
They're coming here.
the dog, the color and the structure and the way they look. Here you go. You hold the camera. Everything about her.
And this is Rogue and Harley's sister.
And
Okay.
Harley is the dog that Kaiser was bred to.
Mason, and pretty much brought that blood back, like rejuvenated the blood,
Yeah.
Because she throws real good, but something about her and Mason, man, it made dogs a lot like her, but just with a little extra. So like that was a real good move to breed her. We got a lot of stuff off of that.
Yep. Medusa's a real good breed.
Yeah, for sure. Right, and it's not always about it's not always about like, oh, this dog, you know, and its accolades or whatever. It's more about shit. What can this dog throw? Like, what does this dog produce?
This is Rose. This is Dixon's sister. This is the one that won best Brit at
Okay, yeah. I remember her to show, yeah.
Yep. And I mean, super good dog.
And that's my dog Major, the little black brindle dog. That's his mama.
Yeah, this is the judge dog's mama.
Yeah, it's Judge's mama as well.
50-pound judge come out of 30-pound road. She's a serious animal. This is an awesome little.
She looks.
Example of what we're talking about is like, damn, Medusa threw that dog, and this dog's a little firecracker.
Yeah, she also threw Daniel, the brother to Rogan, Vixen, and Harley.
Jarvis.
He only brother and sister, so Jarvis, and he was at the pig picking too. You seen him?
Yeah, he was the big brindle one with the cropped ears. That's this dog's littermate brother.
Okay. Yeah, she's a pocket rocket.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, and it's so funny because like she's such a well-behaved, like she uses the bathroom in the same place. She don't dirty none of her. The worst thing she does is runs back and forth whenever something comes around. But for the most part, she keeps her area clean. And I mean, I'd make a bunch of these termite dogs because they're some of the best dogs I've ever handled.
Yeah, like I have her sister Harley, and I plan on keeping that dog until she's old as hell. I'm trying to, you know, like that dog's. Even if I decided I can't afford to do this no more, I'm keeping that dog. You know, which that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
We'll move on to the.
Yeah, this is Fancy, the pup that we.
Yeah, this is Fancy. This is the pup we brought over there, the Dirty Girl. So we won't say
Okay.
long, but that's Mason, the Dirty Girl, and that's my blood basically bred to the down.
That was a good choice to hold on to her.
Yeah. I mean, I got 4 of them. So you're gonna see 4 of them right here, and then Daniel owns 1 of them.
Yeah, so we keep most of our stuff,
Yeah,
especially
I mean, we keep them around.
especially right now. I
Yeah,
mean,
especially like in the building. I mean,
Yeah. No, very.
what's up?
that's Fancy though.
Come here, girl. Yeah, she's a good little dog, man.
Super good, super healthy, very good structure.
Yeah, that breeding so far, man, really produced some nice dogs. The pups. Watch out, girl. Watch out. Good girl.
So, this one, tired of kind of what you said about Legacy Dog Man and stuff. Her name's Legacy. This is the sister, and she and she looks like the sister of blue stuff. Like she's got the split man. She looks like the blue stuff. And she's a very good little dog. Super high prey driven, very athletic. To be so young.
Yeah, I have their littermate brother Rebel, and he's super high prey driven.
For y'all pups, do y'all give any dine or anything like that in the food?
Not,
We just feed the pride during certain months, and then we switch to retriever.
like I don't know, we're the same, man. We keep them fat and thick, and then we'll sometimes put them in shape or sometimes lean them down a little bit, but they're still solid dogs. Like you'll never look at one of our dogs and be like, that dog's skinny. Like, nah, that's not a thing.
Well, and Legacy in the future, hopefully, I'll get to take her back to Mason. I'm hoping I get to do that. So we'll see if Tom and the Bulldog gods permit it. Hopefully that'll happen.
And I don't know how other people do it, but these pups, we feed these pups just like we'd feed that 55-pound dog. Hey, we feed the puppies like grown dogs, and we've always had fat, thick, healthy pups, good bone. I feel like some people, man, like their dogs get like rickets and like little flat feet and little like weak bones. Is because don't feed them what the bag says, man. We just basically feed them like an adult, and they'll hammer the food, and they'll be fat ass little puppies, and they grow up being thick, solid, strong dogs. You know, like you can't overfeed a puppy like that.
No, and I'll tell you where people messes up. They either don't feed enough and they work their dog a bunch, or they feed too much and don't work the dog enough. You got to work them and have them prey driven, even though they're full. like Haywood and all these dogs, they just eat, even though this is how they act. Like
Yeah.
they just eat like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
And everybody's chilling on Crimes or they're falling asleep.
Yeah, for nobody to fall asleep. But this right here is Big Jake. The Mountain Man's Big Jake. That's where I got the name from. So it's very similar, but he's making the very good too.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Mountain Man, Mr. Lester Hughes, man, legend. So,
Yeah,
way to pay homage.
he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't far from here. He was in Black Mountain, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Sorry, boy.
that's where he was, I believe. But that's what I named him after. He reminded me of that dog. He looked like that dog, and I wanted a simple name for him. So I named him Big Jake. This is Wyatt. This is my fiance's kid. And this is a cat. So she's gonna show him in the future and have him out there. She showed him at the future. I'm pretty excited about him. I like him a whole lot.
Man, you are applying pressure, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. For the past 3 years, we do nothing. I talk to Dakota pretty much every single day, man, and it's always we talk about all kind of stuff, but we always talk dogs and breeding strategies, and like we pay attention to as much as we can, like with like history stuff and like what's in the photos, and like we just pay attention to all the details and everything that we see in person and everything that we learn and hear about. We thought process. You don't have a clip on this one?
Man, that's a bulldog yard right here, man.
If you hit us up on Facebook, we're really interested in dealing with people that's on, trying to be on a bigger level. Go to dog shows, compete in the digital dog show.
Man.
We're trying to promote better for the breed. I'm sick of people pushing the wrong image.
I'm in the middle of expanding and moving my dog.
Yep. And people don't talk about like tools you should have in a dog yard. You should have a feed barrel. You should have shovels. You should have mowers, weed eaters, them chairs, all the dog poop bag or the food bags to put the poop in to dispose of it correctly. I'm gonna name a few things people should have.
Yeah.
Look, Mason digging.
Good husbandry.
Yeah, just some things people should have that not a lot of people thinks about. You should have a medical cabinet to know what medicines you get.
The more stuff you have, the more supplies you have.
Yeah, like here's where I'm gonna shout out Aubrey Harris and his Purple Power stuff. This stuff works really good. I've used it on all these dogs out there here, and it's still half a bottle. I've used it 2 times, I think, the way that the label says.
That's a 6-ounce bottle.
Yeah, this is a 6-ounce bottle. It's $60, but this stuff works. If you're having a flea problem, this stuff works. Flea problem this year because of this stuff, and
Yeah.
I definitely would push this stuff because it works. Yeah. He also offers a yard spray version of the same stuff. Like it does the same thing. I've never used the yard spray stuff, but I have used this. So you just take it and you put it on their back, straight through the center of their back, like that, and a little dot on their head, and just let it soak in. Rub it. Would you rub that in? Yeah, my glove broke. So you just put it on like that, and it'll get rid of all the fleas and ticks. That's the fastest way that I know of to get rid of them. Yeah, it is. It really is a good product. Like, I think people think that he's kidding about it, but no. I've used it.
He buys and puts it on his dog. It's simple, man. It's simple. It works, and it's extremely cost effective.
You should own some form of nail clipper because,
Yep.
I mean, it's important. Sometimes you don't have to cut the main nails most of the time, but you have to cut their dew claws. So having something most of the time pays off. And then to clean them like concrete bowls, everybody asks how you keep them clean. Really, just a wire brush and scrub them out really good.
Bleach hose and a brush.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes them clean enough. I mean, every time. So
I made some recently, and I've had people say that the concrete rings are so easy to make. Anybody can make them themselves, and it's not like you can ship them because they weigh like 50 pounds. But
yeah, they're
Yeah.
really heavy, but they're worth getting. They're worth
Yeah.
making for a yard full of dogs.
I had somebody ask me about them, and I said, "Hey man, I appreciate it, but I tell you how to make them, but I'm not in dogs to make money in any way, shape, or form. I got a job for that."
And then here's another people should have is a breeding stand. If you're going to be making breedings, you should own a muzzle and a breeding stand. That's one thing I didn't bring out here was my muzzle, but you should own one because it just makes it so much more simple and so much more safer to breed female dogs. I mean, sometimes they're not happy about it, so that's a tool to have definitely for people.
So that one's really
You
nice.
got yours at the show, right? But who was the vendor for that
Yeah.
for that stand?
He don't make them for everybody, so I wasn't gonna shout out his
Ah.
name. Look, and then
Okay.
and then you go and put that stuff on, and it costs money, and then he rolls in the dirt in it. It's so funny. He's so much more like hard and rolls and does all this stuff than most of his kids do. Most of his kids are a lot easier on just daily keep than he is. Like the rest of them are out here laying down.
It's real nice and quiet out here right now. Dakota lives in the middle of town too.
Yeah, I live in the middle of town like Floyd Boudreaux.
I mean, you can kind of see the mountain range guy there. I mean,
yeah, you can peeking over the trees.
Yeah, you can see the mountains over here.
I mean, if you turn around, you can't see because the trees right now. But if you turn around and walk, across the street, he's literally surrounded by mountains. Basically, everybody in these towns up here live like in the valleys where it's flat.
Yep. And I mean, I just want to remind people like this. Something like this don't happen overnight. It's taken me 5 years to build this, and I mean, I've owned Mason for 10 years. I started breeding him 5 years ago now, and so
I'm
2.5. Yeah, it's taken a long time. And when y'all see Daniel's yard, you'll be like, damn, he built that in 2.5. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know. I've always been very fortunate in life where like I kind of have this knack of coming into things at the right time. I got in on this real early, but Dakota had already used to have a breeding, so like I acquired dogs from him that he planned on breeding before. He had like all this work out of his head before he even knew me. So like he kind of set me up for success with that.
Yeah, when I met Daniel, Carson and Sissy was both pregnant with their litters. They had them like a few days apart from each other, 5 days.
And when you see my yard very similar but a lot different at the same time.
Yep.
Like the layout,
nice,
the environment, and the dogs as well. My yard's predominantly black. I'm not saying color matters that much, but like my yard's predominantly black, and then I got a couple like buckskin and like red dogs with black noses and stuff.
Yep.
But most of the stuff I have is off Mason and related to majority of the dogs you see here.
Yep. I mean, I'm hoping this video is like a little bit informational to people, and like they can put forward, and get us a better name in this breed, because this dog don't deserve to be extinct. This lifestyle right here that you're seeing shouldn't be gone just because people don't like it.
I've been fortunate, man. I live out in the country, and I've got one neighbor that's really close to me, but he's like a family friend, so he's cool. And then this other dude lives like a rich dude way back in the woods. He really thinks I have 3 dogs. Well, I don't know. He's seen most of me, like I'll walk up and down the road and shit. But like my neighbors and stuff up and down the roads, they'll see me occasionally walking a dog or something like that. And I have a really good reputation where I live. Like, so where I live, it's like, oh, that's Daniel, the dude with the pit bulls. You ain't got to worry about him. It's like one of my neighbors literally told me that. He said, man, these dogs killing my chickens. He said, I know it's not your dog. You keep them right and stuff like that. So like, it's kind of ironic that like I've got about 15 pit bulls at my house, but I'm the guy that's known for being responsible with my dogs and my
Yep.
You got any questions about it?
Not really questions, but I want to say thank you, man. This was everybody loves yard tour video. I know I do. You know, we talked about this before we got on the before we got on the recording, and you know, gone are the days. Patrick ain't doing them no more, and you know, Wildside ain't doing them. It's on us.
Nope.
And I like that caveat what you said about they don't deserve to be extinct, and this is a prime example of why, man. Look at them dogs, man. They just look happy and peaceful.
Part of American living. I mean, it is a way of life, especially in the mountains.
Yeah. Well, one
I mean,
thing I
yeah.
want to say too is,
especially our area.
the Americans. I don't care what nobody says. The American spirit is not gone, and these dogs represent the American spirit. But as a nation, man, we were always, you know, we were a game nation. We were bulldogs. Like they literally used to use these dogs to represent us. Like we used to, find these dogs. We said, you know, these represent us because of, you know, the fierceness, the loyalty, the, you know, the compassionate, you know, behavior that these dogs can display. So,
Yeah.
really, honestly, I feel like we all need to step back and look at these bulldogs and, you know, and kind of take a note from them how we should be.
Yep.